You see, when you watch the Parliament debate, which I did today, it's obvious that the people who talk about Brexit do not actually believe in Brexit at all. They're just mindlessly going through it, mindlessly. There's no rationale in what they're doing. Nothing. So they don't believe what they're doing, and they should take it. They should work their instincts and reject it. Just say, "Oh, forget it." And that's the way they should go. These things should go. It's about Parliament should decide what to do, not riff-raff who don't know what they're doing, which is what's happened. And well, BNP are riff-raff, haven't they? Especially Farage. Probably get sued for that. Mind you, it's allowed under political rules. Parliamentary debate is free of that sort of thing. But immune, shall we say. And and also I noticed that when Nigel Cameron persuaded the Scottish people to vote to stay in Britain, the Queen purred. It's pretty obvious the Queen is behind that one. And it's, well, I want to say the Queen, but the monarch, or which is more than one person, so be careful there. But he actually said the Queen purred. Well, of course, the Queen's pleased, and I'm not surprised. But with Scottish independence, that means he acted for somebody else. And I think he's a Scottish MP anyway. And a lot of them wanted independence now. They did come up again now. They want independence again because they should have adopted the euro anyway. Why wouldn't adopt the euro? I don't know. The Scottish pound is different than the British pound anyway. But Scottish euros up there, various net pounds. Of course, no one's allowed to. Same with Northern Ireland. I mean, Southern Ireland is all euro, so Britain and Northern Ireland went euro, then all be euro. And they're very putting it together as much as they're splitting apart. And well, things went wrong when this Brexit invasion from Damascus came. Well, I don't know where they came from. People, refugees, and a lot of them going back there now, and so that problem will go away. So they can all take the fences down now, can't they? Otherwise, it was an extremely serious situation. And they'll go home now and take the fences down. Give them free transit back to this country which was smashed up by barbarous people. And this thing it's not my head, no head up there, there's me. But a small head, you see, it shrinks and expands apparently. When the psychiatrists shrink it, especially with the head back, they've got a small head. I mean, forward like that, it's a relatively big head, but it's not really. It's I'm not sure how the ratio go, but it's not any brain in there is entirely different, of course. Quite a white-haired old man now. I was trying to get some razors that cut my hair off shorter, so most people seem to have no hair. These days, the latest style. I want to blow my nose again. Anyway, they need to alter the attitude of Parliament to follow what they actually believe in and not what these silly idiots in the main population, which includes me, by the way, because we're all ignorant, really, what Europe does for us. Now, I saw a article in a paper, Metro, I think it was, from Oswald, whoever Oswald is, saying, we've lost through Brexit. I reject it. The Parliament is the last stand of the same, shall we say. And we need to reject it, just say, well, it was a mistake. And a referendum is a mistake. Wonderful, these referendums. And they got rid of the euro like that. There was the referendum, so we adopted the euro. Well, people who didn't want to adopt it just thought, oh, euro, terrible, it's not a pound, is it? But that's the level of it. And I know at least two of them. Pound. We get euro, they want to get anywhere into Britain. Well, there was once a universal currency, the sovereign. I know once I was paid in a gold sovereigns, which to me had absolutely no value at all. They were farthings to me, and that's just all away. but they were actually quite valuable. I think they were 80 or 100 pounds each. I didn't know that. Okay, so I was ignorant. They was actually paying for something I did. Because I didn't know what gold sovereigns were, they had no value, and I lost them. So he found his currency had no value. Not because he didn't value it, it's because I didn't value it. That's the important thing. And if you go to Europe with your pound, I think I've still got one. No, I may have got a pound. I've still got some money in there, wonderful stuff money. English currency. See how much I've got. Wonderful. There you are. I've got 20 pence. 20 pence, that's currency. Now, according to the law, I have to have a currency with the Queen's head on it, is, or the monarch's head. It is 20 pence. So I've got 20, 40, 60, 80 pence. So I haven't got quite a pound. And that's a very small amount of money. I couldn't buy anything with that. So I issued, I think a cup of tea is, I mean, we would buy a bottle of Coke, a tin of Coke, buy a tin of Coke. And if you go to in the continent, they will give you €1 to £1. Last time I went, and probably less than that now. So they don't think they don't want it. What's the use of £1? You can't do anything with it, can you? No, I don't want it. No good to me. No good at all. No pounds, no pounds. So that's the attitude. If you don't go to people who don't leave the country, quite a lot of people are like that. Some people have not been to Scotland, for example, don't know they speak a different accent there. Also, they have a different language, Gaelic. Same as Wales, they have a sort of form of Gaelic. I don't know what the actual name of the language is, but they're very fussy about it themselves. It's Welsh, isn't it? Welsh, Cymru. And, well, if you go to Wales, in some places they do speak Welsh. And there's a Welsh Language Society, and it's expanding. They're teaching children Welsh. They have Welsh television. Wonderful. Tell you what. And so we're all spreading out. Wonderful. Now, under some earlier the kings of England decided all to speak English, which is a unifying factor. It was opposed, but with Britain we're unified and disparate at the same time. And that could happen in Europe. Well, it's happened. France speaks French, German speaks German, but most of French speak German, German speaks French. And I think one of the fights in the Second World War started with a dispute of some coal mine in Alsace-Lorraine, which was somewhere between France and Germany, I don't know where it was. If they're all in Europe, that wouldn't happen. That was the idea of Europe, was to stop that war from happening. Of course, the British wanted a war. Of course they do. They won the Second World War, we won the Third World War. Wonderful. I actually heard somebody say that. Wars are over in sense these days if nuclear weapons are used. And, well, who laughs first gets wins, obviously. Usually it's the burning fires first. Not always, because they have empty missiles. Awful students. And when I can zero in this house, and there it is, bang, get rid of me. Difficult to see it because I'm not transmitting any signals at the moment. And so it is. But as I say, I think that most of the MPs, if you read their body motion, their body language, none of them believe in Brexit. Not one. Not one of them believes it. There's one or two people who say they do, but they're just being nuisance. You see their attitude like that, and that means they're actually lying. But not one of them believes it. And they're all lying, basically. They're all lying through their teeth. The population said we should leave. Well, it was a majority of the population, but if you look at them, they riff-raff don't know anything about it. And that's most people. They think they do, of course they don't. Oh, we don't want a pound. No. As I say, they're pound, euro, pound, euro. France, where is it? Oh, I've seen France. You remember that story? I've seen France. Well, I've actually been there, and it's much the same as here. Although people speak a different language, they're the same people. Treat me the same over there as they did in Britain. So, no different. But they treat me better. I arrived in France. I think I must have had a heart attack on the boat. I'm not quite sure what happened. I might have been stabbed, whatever it was. And So I went to hospital. And they treated me very well. Then they put me in a psychiatric unit and the pain came back. Pain was obviously something they'd given me. Maybe. And basically the whole book, some book that somebody's written, some psychopath called, I think it was a terrible man. He has to kill, he doesn't kill people anymore, he murders them. He mashes their brains, a terrible man. I told him he was a terrible criminal. He's just a murderer. That's what he was. Just a mass murderer. Well, not unusual. Anyway, so forget Brexit and get on with being members of the European Union and beg to apologise to the Euro, apologise very profusely about this silly idea of leaving. Otherwise, they'll have us clam us and hit us very hard. So don't do it. And that's my prediction. And I'm only a man. I've seen wars. I mean, it was. The war makes absolutely no difference. Still there. Game is still there. And actually, one of these Brexiteers said, well, we won the Second World War, we'll win again. What do you think you're doing? And he seems to think Europe will be an alien as well. So, it's not illegal, I don't think, over there. And also, it's not illegal to, what's it? The other thing was, never mind. But whether they believe in God or not, it is. Well, they have freedom of religion in France, and they're very proud of it. You can believe what you like. Unless you're a Muslim, of course. That's the problem. And I know one Muslim who was in the same psychiatry I was in was very worried about it because he said fraternity and so on, in whatever it is they believe in, and justice and so on. Of course, he was locked up. Why? I don't know. Perhaps he was a terrorist. I don't know what the reason was. But he tried to get out, tried to break a lock with a straw and put him in the cell with nothing on. It was all soft furnishings. Very comfortable, I thought. And he got his meals. That's the I'm situation I'm in. But so we sort me out. They say sort me out here. What are you going to sort out? What's wrong with me? Perhaps I think Kosovo produced power. Can't have that. He doesn't understand why they should. But he's not a physicist. He's probably not an electrical engineer. But he is a psychiatrist. And he knows a little bit about Kosovo. Well, in fact, Kosovo is don't produce any power. You're quite right. It is. It's only particular circumstances that produce power. Only when the right fuel is inside. Now, the fuel goes in the middle bit, in the middle, you can't see it here. But anyway, forget about that. But let's see, they think they understand it, they don't. And people who murdered, what's his name, Tesla and Einstein, the rest of the people. Well, Tesla didn't understand it probably, but he tried to explain it, but couldn't because they murdered him. They could murder him in the same way. They're actually planning to do that. They're murderers, that's all they are, murderers. And the psychiatrist all based on what happened to Tesla. They murdered him. He became a forklift truck operator until Serbs rescued him. Basically, the British are a bloody load of criminals. And they said the highest minds could not understand it. But of course, if you've got the theory wrong in the first place, it's going to be wrong, isn't it? If you don't know about nuclear physics and you think you understand, the electrical engineer don't generally know about nuclear physics. And not many electrical engineers know about transformer bursting pressure or how it applies to a loop of ionized gas in the middle. They can't see that, but it's too complicated for them. You know why? Well, the number of logical steps you can handle depends on the number of cells in the brain. Of course, they know they're chopping it out, it doesn't work. Wonderful. They don't like to know they're stupid because they're not stupid, because they do have enough cells in the brain, they just don't know the knowledge of nuclear physics. Not many people, not many carpenters know anything about well, I mean, the man I talked to was a carpenter, and he obviously doesn't know anything about things like electronics. He uses a computer and thinks he understands it. Well, he does, but I don't understand it either. But he's had the training in something. I'm not a carpenter. I have an elementary knowledge of carpentry, and I can make simple things out of wood. Yes, yeah. signal was gone. But they can, of course, make things out of things other than wood. And see, it's the gas loop that does it. It's not a gas, it's a plasma. It's ionised gas, and there's a current flowing in it, and that is the part that's pushed in. And that can be done on a computer simulator. And the pressure is enormous. It's transformer bursting pressure, and it's along a line. It's not a line like that. It's not a whole thing, but the pressure is the same. And pressure is huge. It's tons per metre squared. I think I didn't work it out. But that calculation is based on things I read other places, and also my calculations on bursting pressure, and the rate of reaction depends on the pressure, and that's in Wikipedia. There's a formula. It's just, I can't remember what it is. It's there. But of course, all this research I did a long time ago, and the bit of mathematics I did to prove it was a central force was deleted, and I had done it experimentally as well, so it does work experimentally, and there's an account of it on my webpage, but it's still there. Central force, I had two Helmholtz coils like that, and a little coil in the middle, a winding in the middle on a string in a balance, and it was pulled in. It was above, it was below, it was pulled out. So it was pulled in was to the centre. So that's important. The Helmholtz coils contain alternating current. That's important, alternating, not DC, alternating current. There's a difference because the Liverpool wire was contained. It'd be repelled, but it goes towards the centre. That's very important. It is not pushed out at the end because it was in the middle, but it was quite heavy. But gas is pushed out towards the ends, but it's a tiny fine, it spreads out and cools down and disappears. But it's not contained, it's only a pulse. It's like pulsing at 20 pulses a second. Okay, so that's the point. So it's entirely different from other types, other formulations. I do not know what Tesla said. I believe he was murdered in mid-sentence, probably a knife through his head. Clever psychiatrist murdered him. We shut him up, basically. And I think his marketing, he used air as the fuel. And I have seen these Tesla towers in Hungary, I believe so. They're made of concrete, big things with a big ball at the top. And that's a Tesla coil, I thought, thinking of the capacitance effects of the coil at the top. And asked somebody, and he said, yes, and we've managed to hook one up to our electricity supply and give us electricity. So it's still working. Wherever it was inside, running on air, probably. And of course, if they're all connected together in a network, then it's a real mess, because they must have been waving about all over the place. But anyway, there must be a control system and all sorts of things. Germans are very clever people, just like us. Anyway, doesn't matter. We don't know, so well, and that's what's actually want to go back to the Second World War and have another war. They're mad. That's what they did. Bang, bang. Basically, they had a gun and they had knives, and they said, "This is my authority with a gun." And this knife, no one was going to do a knife kill me with it. He said, "Kill me." And what the arrangement was, there was some sort of arrangement I'd give all my money and not be able to live there. So I'd go to work on a pittance. But I wonder what it was about. What it was about. I know it was about money, stealing money from me. I don't know. But they want to say, well, Third World War, mad. And they don't realise how different the weapons are now, living in the past. We won't want one. We don't want a war. We don't want a Brexit either. At least most people don't. They don't. No right mind want it. Okay. So give up Brexit. Let's have Europe back. The idea of Europe is a peaceful Europe with trading and equality across Europe with money free exchange and jobs exchange and levels coming up. It didn't work very well because of all the isolationists, but that's the idea. So if it's working in one place, you move there and send your money back, and that improves things over there. There are misuses, but that's the idea. and the Muslims just got in the middle way of that. They had once had a caliphate going across all over Europe, and they dreamed about having it back. Well, they had wrong with being a Muslim. So they a lot of them think the terrible times are, and I don't know whether they are or not. I'm not special, but it is like it, and there has been it's hit us siderites, they call them, with iron meteorites, and it's put a dust up into the atmosphere. And that's what's happened, unfortunately, and things are bad. But remember, this is the longest night. Longest night, the 21st, is it? The 20th, 21st? Let's see, it's the 20th night. It's the 22nd, I can't remember. But it's going to get warmer soon. The days get longer and it's getting warmer. What is it, 20? Can't read it. No good. See, I can't see my own dots. It's the 20th. 20th. So 21st, tomorrow. It's going to be the longest night tonight and tomorrow. So by next week we'll get the sun will rise higher in the sky and get warmer, and the terrible red sky has disappeared. So it's now blue. Things are improving, and the dust can be washed out of the atmosphere quite quickly by other films, other things like water. And maybe the dust wasn't high enough, wasn't fine enough, I don't know. Because there was a scientist who said it could last 10,000 years, but I won't be here then, so I don't care. It's only winter. It's cold in winter, warm in summer, every year, just the same. And we're probably far as Australia, because it's warm over there. And the weather has changed, and that's caused by all this muck we're putting in, this carbon dioxide putting in and depleting the oxygen. Now, there must be another mechanism for producing oxygen. It's probably the sun operating on the the outer atmosphere where there's carbon dioxide and ultraviolet light and ozone, forms ozone from the oxygen, and that reacts with carbon dioxide to produce oxygen, water and carbon in quite large quantities. So that breaks up the carbon dioxide molecule. And that can be done in a bottle, and you can have an oxygen plant in the house if you want one. So what it is, it's something like an ozone generator, which is high voltage. You can buy them, and you surround it. If you can't buy it ready made, you surround it by active carbon, such that the ozone produced reacts with the carbon dioxide. It stays long enough in this compartment to react with the carbon dioxide in the air to produce oxygen. That diffuses out. Carbon dioxide is retained by a carbon filter, but oxygen tends to pass through quickly. It could be used, a porous spot could be used, so that's real messy. So that's or thin porous spot or mostly carbon filter. But that's the sort of thing it is. And maybe other chemical filters could be used. Sort of paper of the right sort could be used, but you need a massive quantity of it to retain the carbon dioxide long enough to enable the ozone and carbon dioxide to react, so that it produces oxygen, and then you wouldn't get any ozone produced, because if you have ozone in the atmosphere, it sterilises everything, and it's not very good for you. But I did it, I think it got smashed up. I might have smashed it quite reasonably, so how it is. So that's possible. So, and the ozone, the transfuser will make that possible, because it runs on carbon, you see. So you give up carbon. I don't know whether this has the power. I think the only way to increase the power is to increase the voltage of the resonance core, and that means a change of design, which is a bit too much for me. I can't do it, but it requires thicker wire and a different number of turns, a different frequency, and so on. I did in massive cars like this, which I did have one. I think I won it on a thing like that too. The outer core is the important one, and I've weighed it 500 millimeters across. Just work like that. So I'm drifting. So the silly idiots in Parliament want to give up bricks, they follow instincts and so go away. Silly referendum, and silly idiots who voted to leave. They know what they're doing. So, and that's the silly, and actually the silly idiots are the BNP who, well, they're quite educated people now, but they know what they're doing. They want to make the pound a very common. Well, pound, well, stuff pound, and we get it all over the place. This idea of a sovereign or a pound, and what's the good of it? I think there was somebody has done it. It has happened before. This the Belgian Baptist Church were there too, and the Anglicans, basically. So I can't do anything, but basically they need to sort themselves out and try and stay in Europe. So we have a mass. Stop the wars. Stop. The idea is to stop inter fighting between the Europeans. And it's too complicated with that. Too complicated, but that was the idea. And Britain, of course, has mucked it all up. Because Farage probably thought it was just a gag, just a joke. Oh, let's muck it up. Let's really muck it up. And they were not me anymore. And unfortunately, the BNP got elected. And also known as the British National Party. The BNP is the British National Party. Now they're called UKIP, but they're the same people. Bully especially. And well, now they're very respectable now because they've got money. And speak with posh accents. Grammar school education, wonderful. I went to one of the workers' schools. I didn't have to. I think I got a good. I originally went to Bound Grammar School, wonderful stuff, and then I was downgraded. It's to do with divorce, you know, my mother being losing her income. Money might have stolen actually, but money's poisonous, terrible stuff. Well, do me more. I want more.